Yo, what's good, everybody? We got another Beers with Barton. It is Wednesday, November 4th. It's Wednesday after Election Day, and it is after 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and still no clue who the next president will be. It's been an interesting one. Lots of silliness going on. Yeah, still some open states, some swing states as they call them. Some votes to be counted. You got to count all the votes. And see what's going on. As long as they are, those are the votes that are, sent in within whatever the law is. But if they are, obviously got to count all the votes. That is what should be done. So we'll see. It's going to be close. Looks like Biden's kind of got a little bit of a lead. Trump still has a path to be reelected, but he'd have to win. I think the last 5 states. I think Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. He's leading in, some slimmer than others. And then I think Wisconsin and Michigan have gone to Biden, but must be open. Arizona looks like Biden, and then Nevada is the other one. So it's going to be close, and obviously, both parties are saying there could be some fraud going on, and we have to go to the courts and suing and all that. So it's probably going to be a while until we really know. In the year 2000, the famous hanging Chad in Florida between Gore and Bush. And Bush, 37 days later, after I believe he went to the Supreme Court, was decided to be president, his first of 2 terms. So we'll see what happens. But a couple things from my perspective. Again, it doesn't matter who you voted for, whether it's from president to Senate, state, House, representative, board member, trash collector, whatever it is. Just I hope you voted, hope you did your research, and just hope you voted. I know a lot of people, personal people who are very close to me who just did not vote. They say, hey, I don't really vote, or I didn't have time this year. And, I think we should not be so wishy-washy on the vote. It's important, especially every year it is. I think if somebody wins 99% of the vote, and someone still says something like, well, my one vote obviously didn't matter because I was going to vote for the person that got one, I'd backhand them with love. Because, again, people have died for the right to vote. Less than 200 years ago, less than 100 years ago, or around 100 years, this is 20s, women's suffrage. Women did not have the right to vote in the United States of America. Guys, 100 years ago. Jessica's grandma turned 93 this past weekend. Do the math. She basically couldn't vote almost. It's just insane to me to think. But it also shows the progression, how far we've come in 100 years. Rights to vote, civil rights, equality, minorities, women's rights, minorities' rights, electing Barack Obama as our first, African-American president. So America's come such a long way so far. And, right now we're voting for 2 old white guys who are just the absolute definition of politics in the U.S. And again, I'm not saying that they're not eligible or whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not going to go down that road here. But the point is, America is great. It's done some great things. It can still do better. But I hope everyone voted. Whoever ends up winning this, whether it's Biden or Trump, whoever you voted for, you should lose gracefully or win respectfully. There should be no, violence or pushback, or hey, we can have different opinions but still be friends. That's what it should be, and we'll just move on. And hopefully, whoever wins the presidency, I'm going to support 100%, whether I voted for that man or not, because I'm 100% American, and that's all I care about. So if that person's doing something that's right for America, and that's going to better this nation, it's going to better our relations throughout this global world, and it's going to help people, not only specifically here, but throughout the whole world, I'm all in. I'm good for that. Obviously you have the House, which will probably stay Democratic, it looks like, and then you have the Senate, which looks like it'll stay Republican, so you're going to have some checks and balances. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, hope everyone's had a good time. Nothing's gone crazy. It's 2020, though. How would it be anything different than what it is? Obviously, the polls, similar to what they said for Hillary Clinton 4 years ago, that Biden had these huge leads. It didn't turn out to be that way. It's very close again. Obviously, even if Trump does win, it will not be as big as he did in 2016. And obviously, he's got a chance to not win. So things have shifted quite a bit. But the polls were similar for Hillary years ago. So it just shows the media sucks. They're going to tell you whatever you want to hear, depending on what outlet you are. And it's good to see that the American people are out there voting and what they believe in. And that we as American people have a voice, which is so much better than most. And at the end of the day, we should care about each other. We should care about human rights, equality, and that includes, race, gender, how you identify, and a million other things I can't even get through because I don't want to mess them up or be disrespectful. But at the end of the day, as a white male, I should never tell someone who's not a white male how to feel just because of the color of their skin or my skin, and vice versa. It works both ways. Or I shouldn't tell someone of another gender, someone who identifies differently than I do, who believes differently than I do. At the end of the day, I believe in human rights, and that is 100% true. And however those people believe, as long as they're not infringing on other people's rights or doing things unlawfully, they should be able to feel or do anything they want with anyone that is open to it and consensual. And we just need to move on and be open and love each other. So that's my 2 cents. We're 6.5 minutes in. I basically said nothing, but at the end of the day, this is a little beer. It's a Belgian influence. It's called Bruz. It's one of the ones I got for my beer gift from my in-laws. It's a mulberry sour wit, and I figured how appropriate in 2020, and that we're 24 hours past when we knew who the president was 4 years ago. We still don't know. I'm probably not going to know for. It could be up to 9 days. I think Pennsylvania can count votes up to next Thursday or Friday. California, North Carolina until next Tuesday indoors. So it's going to be a while, and whoever loses is not going to accept it, and they're going to go to court. And it's going to be, it was 37 days, like I said, in the year 2000 with Gore and Bush, Bush Jr. And that was with the hanging chads. If you guys remember in Florida, that was a swing state there. Paper ones that couldn't read it. So 20 years later, it'll be the hanging USB drive because we have technology. I don't know. Anyway, so I thought it was appropriate. The Mulberry Sour Wit. It's called Bruz. It's a 2020 beer drop exclusive ale. Man, how cool is that? Is it Belgian or is it German or Floridian? Either way, this fruity and tart sour drink's just perfect on a hot day, which is great because it's about 37 degrees out, and it's not summer. It is almost winter time, so very appropriate for 2020. Nothing makes sense. It's a 5.8, drinks like a 5.7, and again, hope everyone's having a good night. What a day we've had. We had a bathroom remodel planned for Michaela's bathroom and some tile down here and replacing some toilets throughout the house. The demo was supposed to start next week or so. We were actually finishing up the contract and all that stuff and finalizing what we wanted. The contractor called us this morning. Hey, we had a job. It canceled. We can do demo today at like 7:45. So rushed to make it work. Changed around our schedule. Got Potter over to doggy daycare. They came over about 10:30, 11 and ripped out showers. The shower upstairs. Some toilets. Replaced one toilet in a master bedroom because that's the only thing that's getting done. It ripped everything out of Michaela's bathroom. They're going to obviously put a new tub in and new tile on the floor and around, new fixtures and all that stuff. It was great. The guy accidentally cut a water line because they had ran the water line just like super outside instead of straight down behind the water fixture. So, I'm on a call, Jeff's on a call, and I'm sending an email. I just hear, OF. What's the water? Comes running downstairs. So luckily we caught it. A little bit of water damage, but nothing major. We knew where it was. It's already dried out, so nothing major. Could have been worse. But the joys. But the shower looks crazy. I'll post some pictures. There's nothing that's completely gutted. But Jess picked out the tile and the shower. I guess the runner with a nice accent. So it's going to be great. So again, it's Bruz Mulberry Sour Wit. Haven't had it. It smells pretty soury, witty, and I think it's appropriate not only for what we're doing for this election, but also for 2020 and just today in general. So, hey, cheers. Ooh wee. Ooh. Stuffing got a little sourness bite to the end, but that's got some pretty good flavor. Very carbonated, and a little bit lighter than I'd expect, but at 5.8, that's about right. But there's definitely some fruit notes. It's a easy drink. I drink a couple of these. I know Mrs. Beers at Barton would love them. So again, cheers to 2020, whatever that means. Hope everyone's having a great night. Until next time, everybody. Deuces.